shout out.
Woo!
Finally, I have cornered the infamous Carla, Weird Giraffe Games. Weird Giraffe, get over there. Weird Giraffe Games. We cornered her. She is taking the time to answer some questions. If you don't know what Weird Giraffe Games is, you've been in a what? Under a rock, in a hole, I don't know, spelunking. I don't know what you've been doing. But check out weirdgiraffegames.com. Please go check it out. We'll talk about that even more because we're going to do more demos of the games that we've done. Sarah and Scooter on our socials, on our YouTube, all that stuff. But here's some questions. We want to get to know Carla this time. All right? So question number 1. What right now are the 3 games that are currently always on your table during game night?
Cascadia Rolling, probably Llama Land. That's a polyomino one about llamas. And I've been really playtesting one of my games, so.
Yeah, it's always going to be one of yours. It's got to be.
Yeah.
But the other one, it's not, you're going to start like a weird llamas?
I mean, so with Llama Land, I was kind of sad when it came out because I was working on a game called Polyominoes that had polyominoes and llamas. And they did polyominoes and llamas, but they did it a very different way. But I still like it because polyominoes and llamas.
Alone. Oh, that's great. Okay, good to hear. I love to have, everybody's got a few games that are on their table, and when I'm talking to game designers, it's less than just enthusiasts. They're always working on something instead of enjoying. So I'm glad to hear that there's at least a couple that you're playing just for fun. Out of all things you could have done with your talents, Carla, why tabletop games?
So in my life, I've done a lot of things. Before I did this, I worked with military stuff, with UAVs and things like that. And at a certain point, that kind of got to me, and I just wanted to bring people joy. So I decided to go for games.
So you had the talents, and you just want to make people happy, give them their aha moments. Oh, there's no better way to do it with the games. That's literally why I do that for a living. Okay, so here's one for you. What fictional character would you most like to be friends with?
What fictional character?
Any of them. Any fictional character. Movies, anime, anything.
Well, like, lately I've been watching The Bear, and I would not like to be friends with any of them because they scream too much. So that's where my mind initially went, was like, too much screaming, not them. But other than them, I mean, I really like, I've always liked Dragon Ball Z. And I really like Bulma. Like, I've cosplayed as Bulma, like, so many times. So probably her.
Oh, that's perfect. I love that one. Okay, the next one would be, what was your first game that inspired you to begin developing games?
Agricola. That was actually one of the first games I played. I had a friend who only wanted to play Agricola. So she introduced me to board games with it. And she only wanted to play Agricola, like, regardless of how many players, regardless of the situation. So to make her happy, I like made new player boards, more cards and stuff. So like, oh, you want to play with 7 players? Okay, here's the things I made. And she still actually has those things where I like used crayon to draw like new boards and stuff.
So now you've got me, because a lot of my relatives only want to play Catan. So Catan is not my favorite game, but maybe I can make it my favorite game. You've just inspired me to do that. I'm gonna fix Catan, people. Are you ready? Okay. When starting the next project, what inspires you?
Usually a joke lately.
Perfect. We'll get to that in a second.
Like, one of the games I've been working on lately, I made a joke on April Fool's about having a game that was called F Ton of Flamingos, but like with the word. But like people like flipped out and were like, we need this game. And then like I was just reading about flamingos and I was like, oh, so this is a true fact, okay? Flamingos are best if they have like their one partner flamingo. They have a small group of friends and a large group of friends. So if they have all these things, they're like so much happier as flamingos. So I made a game that was about that is now called Flock Ton of Flamingos to make it a little more family friendly.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So lots of jokes.
Jokes. So what inspires you the most is jokes. Okay, because we have a question coming up here in a second. Okay, so next one here's what song would currently make the best theme music for you? No pressure, the mic's right in your face.
Yeah, I know, it's right in my face. I've been listening to a lot of Bad Religion lately for some reason. Maybe I'm angry about something. Who knows why? It's that. Well, it's that in Jimmy Eat World.
Which Jimmy Eat World? Which song though?
Chase This Light or Chase the Light?
Really? Okay. What's the couple songs for? I know they had that really popular one. Because I was just listening to them like 2 days ago. So Jimmy Eat World, and what was the song again?
Chase the Light, I think.
Chase the Light? Well, we'll find out. But that's a good choice. That's Jimmy Eat World had some bangers at one time. So when developing a new game, what are the key elements you look for before you consider it finished?
I mean, a game isn't really finished for a long time, I usually work on games for like 4 years before they actually come out.
Oh, I'm sure.
But when I put it in front of people and they get like too lost in the game to like even give me feedback or do any other things, like they have this like look on their face.
Just glossed over eyes.
Yeah, like
kind of like when
eyes, they're just like they're thinking.
Yeah.
Like they're just thinking about their next turn, what other people are doing, all of that. That's really when it's like done.
So that's when you consider it like they're engaged.
Like fully engaged. Like even when I like usually like I'll be like talking and asking for feedback and stuff, and when they can't like answer my questions because they're too involved with like
I just want to play the game again.
Yeah, like when they want me to stop bothering them.
That's a really good one. That when they're ready for her to stop bothering them, that means it's done. All right. If your current team was made up a human body, what part of the body would you be and why?
Probably the brain, because I tell everyone else what to do.
I can feel that.
Yeah, like really a large part of my day is going through and checking on what everyone is doing, if they have enough tasks, and then giving them more things.
Holding people accountable. Herding cats.
That is a lot of it, yes.
That's what I call it, is herding cats. Herding kittens. That's what it is. So right now, I know you have so many different things that you have out here on the shelves, and I own probably 50 to 75% of these titles. But right now, what is the one thing you'd like to promote?
Logic and Lure, probably. It's almost done. It's not on a boat yet. It's on a boat. Like I'm talking to the boat people right now, so it's going to be here soon. But Logic and Lore, it's a 2-player deduction game where you're each trying to like solve your own deduction puzzle before the other player. And what I really like about it is the fact that you can change the difficulty for each player. Like there's different modes of play. Like I can like teach somebody how to play, and they can play on the easiest mode, and I can play on super hard. And it's a like really cool puzzle for both of us.
Yeah, we currently, we had that demo last year here, and my wife and I have played it multiple times. We even have a video up on our YouTube of us playing it live, so it got a little silly and might be confusing, but we'll do a better one this next time. But yeah, Logic and Lore, I did look at the cards over there. It was one of your, I think it was Justin was showing me. Beautiful, looks so gorgeous and sparkly, and oh, it's going to be great. So, one last big question. I told you we were going to get to this question. What is your current favorite joke?
Oh, favorite joke. I mean, so I don't do like real jokes. I do like situational jokes, like where I just tell people what games I'm working on and then they like have to deal with that themselves. Like, so one of the series of games I'm working on, it started with Way Too Many Cats. The next one that is coming out is Surplus of Sloths.
Staying on theme.
Yeah, there's Flak Ton of Flamingos. There's Dearth of Dragons. There's several other ones, like Just One Rabbit, where it just like I just keep going with the joke of like, this is what it is.
That's great. Just like lean into it.
Yeah.
It's like when they think the joke is too much, double down.
Yeah, like it's a 10 series of games. What do you think I'm doing? I don't know.
What else do you want? My tongue's in my cheek. Just deal with it.
But also, like, just imagine what my booth workers will think at some point in time where they're like, oh, let's talk about Surplus of Sloths again. Like, will they know, like, how to say words after, like, 2 hours of that? Like, here's Flak Ton of Flamingos. Are they going to have, like, an accident and say the other word? Who knows?
That's what you're hoping for. That is what you're hoping for. So, again, we're with the infamous Carla from Weird Giraffe Games. If you didn't catch that, did you catch that, camera guy? Okay, WeirdGiraffeGames.com. Please check out all the titles. I have not found a title to this day that I did not enjoy and didn't replay to this day. So thank you so much for your time. We will see you at the table. All right, thanks.